What up, peeps of the universe? Just here, just doing another video. It's a kind of OP team here, but now that we have every single shiny here for the legendary, I just thought, why not do a team, for it. We haven't used AC and Zamazenta in quite some time. There's actually a reason for that, because they are OP as hell. So, yeah, we just got some sets here. I'll explain them as we go. And yeah, today we're facing Eric. He was down for the cause. Some people just saw my team and they're like, no, rip it, which I totally understand. I mean, I always try at least because it feels good when you can take down like a team with like a Zacian or something. Cause you're like, yeah, I did that. So this is my special Zacian, starting off max special attack, max speed. I'm pretty sure. We got the throat spray as the item. Throat spray. Gotta clear my throat. Anyways, so we went for an air slash. We got a critical hit and we got a flinch, but we got a curse body too though. So you win some, you lose some, right? So I think that was mostly good. So since it was a crit, I think I'm gonna finish it off with the steel beam here because why not? It's kind of funny that Zacian learns air slash. Like, how the hell does he learn? He doesn't have wings. He's not even flying. Like, it's a dog. How the fudge? Whatever. There's another move you guys will see later on that I don't get why they learn it, but whatever. So, anyways, we took down the Gengar, which was pretty nice because that's actually gonna help me out later because I have an Eternity set that sets up toxic spikes, so now the Gengar, can't absorb it, so that's great. So they send in the Sandaconda with Sand Spit. I just went for the Hyper Voice just to raise my special attack. So I'm wondering, alright, what's the Sandaconda gonna do? Of course it's gonna set up the Sando, which that's fine. It goes for an Iron Head, which almost takes me out, but I'm pretty sure, yeah, the Sand takes me out, so there goes my Zacian going down to the Sandaconda. We could have gone maybe a powerful steel beam or like even what is that, the moon blast, right? So we're sending in my Zamazenta now. This is, I'm pretty sure it's my special set. Oh no, it's my max I think it's max special defense and max health. It's like my assault vest, so yeah, it might be max special attack, one of those. But so we're going for an Ice Fang because it's super effective, but they actually switch into the, what's this guy called? Dragapult, yeah. Nicknamed Leviathan? Levi. It almost sounds like Levi Titan. Levi Titan? I don't know. So yeah, we're just going for a crunch now because I wasn't sure what this Dragapult was going to do, so that doesn't do too much damage as Zamazenta is a very bulky Pokemon. So they switch into their Cinderace. So I'm wondering, okay, what's this Cinderace gonna do? It's shiny as well. The other Pokemon were actually shiny. I think he has a full team of shinies now that I think about it. But anyways, so yeah, we did pretty good here. We're actually gonna switch out though because I'm scared of what this thing's gonna do, right? Sand's doing some damage. I just thought it would go for like a fire type move, so I thought Eternatus would be a good switch in as it resists that, right? But they go for a bounce, which, I guess that makes sense since my Zamazenta was fighting type, which that would be, super effective. So it's a good thing I switched out. So yeah, this is my Dragon Tail, Toxic Spikes, Cosmic Power Recover set. It's a little bit scummy, but, send in a Fairy type and I'm basically walled. Although Fairies probably wouldn't want to switch in because they're probably scared of a poison type move, so you could always scare them like that. So we just went for a Cosmic Power. They actually get a Paralyze on my Eternatus, which is fine, I guess, not a big deal. It's all good. So, yeah, we have the Black Sludge as the item. This was max health, and I split the defenses, but I think I made it more defensive, not special defensive, because, you're kind of scared of those Zacians out there, right? In Sword and Shield, at least. So, we just switched, we just set up the Toxic Pikes, so then we can just start going for Dragon Tail. I never really set up like more than one Toxic Spikes. I don't know. I probably should have, but it's all good. So I don't want the Sandaconda in here. I'm pretty sure it's gonna go for a ground type move. Goes for the Earthquake. Does some pretty good damage. Although we're pretty bulky with the Cosmic Power, and we can just probably recover that later. So, and again we have the Black Sludge, but now it's gonna be negated by the Sand Spit, which the Sandstorm is gonna give Eternatus some damage every turn. So back comes in the Dragapult. I'm scared of probably like a Draco Meteor or something here. Although we did see the U-turn, so it's more like a physical set, I'm pretty sure. But we do get that poison off. It's getting hurt itself with, you know, the sand damage as well. So right here, I'm like, alright, well, I can just probably go for a recover. It's going to go for another U-turn, which was kind of weird. I'm like, does it not have like a dragon type move or what's going on? Not sure. I guess it wants the Sandaconda to finish me off. Maybe it doesn't have anything to hit me with. I'm not sure, but so yeah, we just went for recover. I was kind of scared of getting hit. Luckily, we don't get paralyzed a couple times here, so that's pretty great, right? So we just received more sand damage. Sandaconda has leftovers. I just sped this up a little bit. So I actually decided to Dynamax here, or sorry, G-Max, Gigantamax, right? Look, Gigantamax Sandaconda, looking like a sand tornado there, like a Dusty. I remember those would show up at my school sometimes because there was like sand, and when it got windy, it was pretty cool. They were just like little dust bunnies, or I forgot what to call it exactly. So yeah, I actually decided to Dynamax because that's gonna make it so my Dragon Tail, you know, they won't get switched out as they're super big, and I actually get paralyzed, which is unfortunate. And yeah, it looks like we're gonna get taken out the next turn, but you know, at least we got the poison damage, and that's something, right? So Turnitus did a pretty good job setting up the toxic spikes. And yeah, we're gonna waste 2 turns of the G-Max here, and we do get taken out due to Sandaconda's ability to you know, trap you in that little tornado that hurts you every turn. So that's, you know, I'm taking sand damage and I'm taking that damage, so that was enough to take me out, just the move itself. So I'm like, alright, what are we gonna do? We're gonna send in the Zamazenta again, just go for some Ice Fang. You know, I'm pretty sure we can live some attacks pretty well. We're gonna get that defense bonus because that's a great ability. Fantastic, fantastic. Going for an Ice Fang. We can't get a flinch or anything, or a freeze as it's already poisoned. And it's just gonna go for another, what's that one called? I forget, but it's gonna trap me in the little tornado thing. But at least the sand is gone again, so that's great. Yeah, just gonna get more recovery, but poison is starting to do more damage, or I think it does more damage than the leftovers, so that's cool. We're gonna get spinned around by Sandtune, which it wasn't Sandtune, but that's like Sandaconda's effect. So yeah, we're just gonna keep going for Ice Fang. I know that the sandstorm's gonna come back up. It's like, damn, the sand was up a lot during this battle. So I had to kind of like, yeah, whatever, it's fine. They're gonna finish me off with an Earthquake. Oh, actually, no, it's not gonna finish me off. We lived that pretty well, actually. I mean, not well. We're in red health now. And again, the sand's doing some pretty good damage. So I think I get hurt actually by the, what is it, the twisty tornado here. Sandtune. I mean, Sand kind of almost goes down. It looks like it has 1 health left, literally. But yeah, so we do get down. We get downed by the Sandtune, which is unfortunate. Zamazenta did a pretty good job there, doing some major damage to the Sandaconda. So yeah, using this this team, I would try to use like pretty much like my worst sets at the beginning, and then I would just like, I guess, ramp it up, I guess. So yeah, we're sending in our shiny Zamazenta. This one has the Tauntless Shield. We're just gonna go for an Iron defense because we can never have enough defense, you know. This is gonna go for a super effective Earthquake, which doesn't do too much damage, you know, considering it's super effective, right? I'm thinking maybe the Sandaconda is probably like max attack or something, because I think it was doing some pretty good damage, man. But yeah, we just let the poison take care of it. You know, we were raising our defenses, which we like to see. So that's great. So now they send in their Dragapult again, which I'm like, alright, let's go for a light screen just cause maybe it's like, I don't know, I just want to set up the light screen, and I thought the poison and the sand can probably take care of Dragapult. So yeah, it goes for a Fire Blast, which does some pretty good damage, but at least the next one's not going to do as much damage due to the light screen, right? So yeah, it's going to take some sand damage and some poison damage. Almost getting taken out again, surviving just like Sandaconda on like, what, 1 health. So I'm like, alright, I'm just going to go for another Iron defense, you know, why not? Fire Blast is going to come back in. Luckily I don't get burned too, which that could have been bad, but yeah. So we survive it. We go for the iron defense. We're like at what? +5 defense now? Because we got the initial one. Yeah, so we're at 5. We can go for one more, but I think that would probably be a waste. I don't think we need any more defense, honestly. So there goes the Dragapult. Comes back with the Cinderace, and they get poisoned. Again, it was pretty good that we took out the Gengar. Otherwise, it could have taken out that poison at any time. So, you know, it's sometimes good to run a poison type Pokemon. You know? So it's gonna go for a Pyro Ball, which is gonna be super effective. I'm like, ooh, that's gonna hurt. But all my defense bonuses really came in clutch there, and we went for close combat, and we took out the Cinderace. Let's go. See, that was kind of the set here, like, you know, set up some iron defense, go for the light screen, and then you can go for like close combat like twice, and then you're back to normal, you know. Because usually when you go for close combat, you have like -1 defense, -1 special defense, right? So yeah, this Zamazenta is very good. It helped out pretty well, although it didn't have that much coverage, which was the downside of this Zamazenta, right? So in comes the Rillaboom, setting up the grassy field, and it's gonna get poisoned as well. So I'm like, all right, just gonna go for a Behemoth Blade, or sorry, the Behemoth Dash. My bad, not Blade. That's Zamazenta. It goes for a superpower though, and we lived that though on 8 health. That's crazy. It's funny how much defense that Zamazenta has. Like, we lived that. That's pretty crazy. So I'm thinking this is gonna take it out now that its defense has gone down, and yeah, it goes down in one shot. So yeah, Zamazenta pretty doing in the work here. We get some health back too from the grassy field, which is great. Just a little bit. So in comes the SQ. I'm like, all right, wow, this is probably gonna take me out, right? I'm gonna go for a close combat because why not? It's super effective. I'm about to go down anyways. I'm sure it can take me out with some sort of move. So getting rid of that ice face on the shiny SQ, which looks really great, pink. Is there any real pink penguins out there in the world? I gotta look that up later, but if I do, I'll put it in the video, show you guys if it's real or not. So anyways, it actually went for a belly drum, so I'm like, oof. You know, that might be a problem. And now I'm pretty sure its speed has raised because the Ice Fang went away, right? So it's gonna finish me off with the liquidation. That's definitely gonna take me out at my health here. I mean, if I was at full health with all that 5+ defense, I probably would have still been fine. But anyways, so it's kind of good that it has the grassy field up because the poison probably would have taken out a lot sooner. So yeah, I'm like, all right, we got 2 more Pokemon left. This guy did pretty well, you know, for considering how the battle was going. So we're setting in our regular Eternatus. This was a max special attack and max speed Eternatus with choice specs. Yeah, it's pretty sweaty here, honestly. So I just went for a flamethrower. I'm like, okay, I'm pretty sure I'm gonna outspeed it, but yeah, SQ actually outspeeds us, which is crazy. But you know, I guess that's what happens when you get the bonus when you get off the Ice Fang. I don't know what his speed does that. That's crazy. So I took down Eternatus with 1 shot. I'm like, oosh, that's crazy. This SQ's a threat though. So our last Pokemon is gonna be Zacian, right? SQ's gonna take some more damage from no poison. This is our final stand here. Our shiny Eternatus. Oh, sorry, shiny Zacian, my bad. Looking very good. Maybe it does learn Air Slash because those do look like wings, not gonna lie, right? So maybe that's why. So we're just gonna go for a super effective Sacred Sword, and we actually do outspeed the Penguin. I guess that's just how fast Zacian is. So yeah, this was max attack, max speed. It's very sweaty as well. So you know, that's the Zacian there. And we did it. We did the battle. That was so hard, honestly. All right, on to the next one. This one seems like a little bit fair match because they have a couple Uber Pokemon as well. By Uber, I mean like some legendaries, you know. So I was like, all right, let's go. You know, this will be probably a better match. We'll see what happens. So I decided to lead with my Eternatus that's shiny with the Toxic Spikes because I didn't see any poison type Pokemon. So I'm like, all right, you know, we can just set that up, which is great. So yeah, they actually led off with the Zygarde, and we actually set up a Cosmic Power there. They went for Core Enforcer, which looks very sick. It's like such an anime type Pokemon move. Like it's just over the top. It's great, which does some pretty good damage. And now I'm not gonna have pressure, so you know that's all right. Pressure's not really the greatest ability in the world unless you're trying to like specifically go for that. You know what I mean? But it doesn't work out really with the 20-minute timer, like stalling wise. But so yeah, right here I was actually though kind of stalling, but I actually made it so I couldn't escape anyway. So I'm like, what else am I supposed to do, right? So yeah, we just went for another Cosmic Power. We're at half health. I'm like, well, we're living these attacks pretty well. Might as well set up the Toxic Spikes in case the Zygarde wants to switch out or something, right? So yeah, setting that up. This guy's using all this move against me. It went for 1,000 Arrows, Land Wrath, and Core Enforcer. I'm like, alright, I wonder what the fourth move is. So yeah, that's 1 Dragon type move and 2 Ground type moves, which, you know, it's a pretty good switch in for my Eternatus, kinda, you know, unless I had like a pretty strong Dragon type move, which I guess they wouldn't know if I do or not. So we're just gonna go for another Land Wrath. We went for the Recover, so we're looking pretty healthy here. Yeah, as long as we don't get critted, right? Which I was actually really scared of that was gonna happen, honestly. So right here, we just decided to go for another Cosmic Power. You know, why not? I want to be nice and healthy for the next Pokemon or whatever. Which after 3, this Eternatus is probably pretty good, but Zygarde reveals to have Hybrid Beam, which that did like no damage, which is kind of funny. I mean, it's not stab, it's not super effective, so whatever. And now they have to wait another turn, so I'm like, this is a free setup for another Cosmic Power, which I think you guys will see why this guy seems so chill about me setting up all these Cosmic Powers. You guys will see later in the video. But so yeah, we're just getting some more health back with the Black Sludge. Zygarde has to switch out. Now I'm gonna go for the Dragon Tail. Get this guy out of my face. He's gonna go for another Core Enforcer. Looking very good. Z, I guess. Marking a Z. It almost looks like Zygarde's kind of trying to, like, I don't know, mark its territory or something. Like, is that like low-key its P or something? Anywho, in comes the green Dragonite. Pokegens.com. Definitely not a hacked one for sure. He definitely hatched some eggs or like got lucky or something, right? So we're just gonna go for another Dragon Tail. It's gonna go for a Dragon Rush, which I'm hoping not to get flinched. It does some pretty good damage as well. I'm like, that's a pretty good Dragonite. So I don't know if it has multi-scale. It probably does. So yeah, Dragon Tail is getting that guy out of here. In comes the Zygarde again, which now it's gonna get poisoned. So that's very good. It's gonna take some poison damage every turn now. So yeah, we're at half health. We're looking pretty good. Zygarde's poison. Dragonite already took some damage, so you know this Eternatus is putting in work right now, right? I'm just gonna go for another Cosmic Power, just to see what the Zygarde's gonna do. You know, I almost went for a Recover, but I wanted to probably go for that next turn and just let the poison, you know, do its thing. You know what I mean? So going for another Core Enforcer. It's doing, you know, less and less damage as I'm going for these Cosmic Powers. Getting our health back with the Black Sludge. Zygarde taking some poison damage. But we see that this Zygarde is a power construct. Zygarde, so it's going to transform. We'll let it do its thing. Into the mighty powerful Zygarde. Dude, that looks like such an awesome design. So cool. It's like a Power Ranger Zoid or something. It's looking really good. So we're just gonna go for a Recover. Now I'm scared of this Zygarde that's, you know, amped in power now for sure. Yeah, it got some health back too, so you know that's a thing. Core Enforcer's still doing not too much damage, so we're looking pretty good here. And I'm thinking of going just for a Dragon Tail here, just to, you know, get this guy out of here. They're gonna take some more poison damage. So yeah, we do go for the Dragon Tail. But they decided actually to switch out. I think they saw that they weren't really doing too much damage, and they didn't want to take like more poison damage, I guess. So in comes the Groudon. So I'm like, ooh, okay. What is this gonna go for? Some strong ground type moves. But we actually missed the Dragon Tail, as Dragon Tail is only 90% accuracy. So I'm like, alright, well that's a bummer. I kind of don't want this Groudon in my face or whatever. So I'm like, alright, I'm gonna go for a Cosmic Power, just fearing for like a strong you know, Earthquake or something. Maybe it's like Choice Band or something, or Swords Dance. That's always possible, you know. But it reveals to have Fissure. I'm like, oh damn! Like I didn't even think about that. I forgot that Groudon could learn that, you know. So it's kind of gonna make my Cosmic powers all for naught. So that's pretty terrible. I'm like, alright, I need to get this guy out of here right now. So we go for Dragon Tail, but since it's minus priority, we go down to the Fissure. I'm like, ooh, that's a bummer. So there goes the Eternatus. Groudon finished me off with the Fissure, 1-hit KO. I'm so salty after setting up all those Cosmic powers. But you know, that's always a thing. So there you go. Another reason maybe to have like a Pokemon that has like a 1-hit KO, because those Pokemon that be setting up, you know, like that'd be crazy. So we're setting in. This was the other Zamazenta you guys didn't see yet. Actually, this is my max. I think it's defense and health because I just wanted to make it bulky. We actually have Solar Beam here, which is going to be powered up through the sun. You know, it's going to take only one turn. Not really powered up, but so yeah, Solar Beam. I don't know why Zamazenta learns that, but that's kind of funny too to me. And it actually lands another Fissure. I'm like, damn. Okay, well there goes my Zamazenta. I sent him in just because he was defensive, but whatever. Well, actually, I think I sent him in just because of Solar Beam. How many times can you use Solar Beam, you know, in one turn? And it was super effective, so I thought he would do some pretty good damage. So Groudon's almost going to go down. I'm like, alright, let's send in this Zacian. This also was another Zacian you guys didn't see. I switched it out for the one that didn't have the crown sword or whatever. It's more of a just like all around what's called moveset, like for coverage. And we actually missed the Fire Fang and it lands another Fissure. I'm like, whoa, that's 3 Fissures in a row. So we're getting a little bit salty here, honestly. The sun fades, which is fine. That's fantastic. And Groudon is gonna go down to the poison finally. I'm like, finally, man, this thing's a threat. Landing all these Fissures. What is this, you know? What's that one item that increases accuracy? Scope lens? No, I think it is. Yeah, I think it's scope lens. Is it scope lens? Groudon, I swear. So we're a little bit salty. We're sending in our great Zacian here with you know, super OP moves, and they send in, what is it? I forgot what this guy's called. It's like Lunala, right? It's Lunala, but it's actually Necrozma absorbing Lunala. So here I go for a Swords Dance because I'm like, alright, we need to start taking out some Pokemon, you know. And it's gonna go for a Moongeist Beam, which is not super effective. Maybe they thought I was gonna attack it, so you know, I think Moongeist Beam makes it so they get some health back, if I'm not mistaken. I don't really recall. I don't really use Lunala or Necrozma too much, but yeah. So we're just gonna go for a Behemoth Blade. This should take it out. I mean, unless it's like a max defense, max health Lunala / Necrozma or whatever. And I'm pretty sure that's going to take it out. So yeah, it takes it out one hit, which is great. Fantastic. And yeah, maybe I didn't feel as bad using this Zacian just because, you know, he had plenty of legendary Pokemon. So I was like, you know, they could probably go for some OP movesets as well. I really thought this Charizard was going to Dynamax, but it did not. So with the +3 attack, we actually take it out with a Behemoth Blade. It reveals to have Rocky Helmet though, so I guess it's trying to, you know, do some damage on me, which is fine. In comes the Zygarde again. I'm like, alright, we can go for a super effective play rough. We did have a chance to miss, but we didn't miss, which is great. Although we did miss the Fire Fang and the Dragon Tail, you know, that's kind of funny. And they landed too, but we're still pretty salty. So in comes another Necrozma, this time absorbing Solgaleo. Or Solgaleo, right? I think that's called. And this is actually maybe their Dynamax Pokemon. I'm like, okay. I feel like they probably should have sent this in earlier, but yes, I think I'll see why, or you guys will see why it didn't, and why it went into Charizard first. But yeah, looking very big. I'm looking very small. I guess that was also something about this team that was kind of like, it was a little bit nerfed because I couldn't Dynamax, you know, any of my Pokemon right. it's kind of iffy on that though, because you know these are very strong Pokemon, honestly. So yeah, it went for a max lightning. I'm like, that's weird. Does it not have like max flare or something? You know, I thought Solgaleo usually had like a fire type move. Like I definitely would have it for Zacian. So yeah, we're doing some pretty good damage with the Sacred Sword. It's gonna go for another max lightning, and that's gonna be enough to take out my Zacian. So I think maybe that's why I sent in Charizard, just to do some more damage. Maybe they didn't think that max lightning was gonna be able to take me out. You know what I mean? So yeah, I guess that's how it goes. Okay. So now we're sending in our choice specs, Eternatus, which is super bulky. I mean, super sweaty, super fast. We're gonna go for a not very effective Dynamax cannon because I'm pretty sure it's gonna do more than enough damage. It's gonna be like 200 base power plus stab plus choice specs. You know, Eternatus has a really good special attack. Plus this Necrozma only had a little bit of health, so yeah, we took it out very nicely. And if I'm not mistaken, I think it still has a Dragonite. Yeah. So, you know, I didn't want to go for Flamethrower, as I think Dragonite probably would have lived that. So, yeah, we're gonna go for another Dynamax cannon, and that's probably gonna be the end of. It's for sure gonna be the end of Dragonite. So, you know, very fun battle. A lot of twists and turns there. You know, we got salty from those fissures, and I guess I had to pull out the Zacian with Swords Dance. So yeah. Just think of it as a showcase of why Zacian is super strong. So yeah, we still had another Pokemon. So this is the last battle here against, what is that? Let me try to pronounce it again. It's Fatal Hit. Okay, my bad. I wasn't reading that right. So yeah, against Fatal Hit, we got the same haircut, looking fresh. So, you know, we saw another Gengar, so I'm like, alright, well, this is going to be, I got to take it out before I send in my Eternatus, you know what I mean? So we sent in the Zacian here with you know, all the move coverage, getting that attack bonus. I'm pretty sure this Zacian was adamant max speed, if I'm not mistaken. You know, I just want to make it ever so slightly different than the other Zacian, right? So we go for Psychic Things. It actually takes it out in one shot, so that's great. You know, usually I feel like Gengars have like a Focus Sash. I don't know what's up with that, but yeah, we just took it out real quick. Didn't get a Cursed Body as well. So here comes Super Saiyan 3 Broly, which that's a very nice name. It's I definitely understand. I've seen the art, you know what I mean? So we're just gonna go for a super effective Fire Bane or Fire Fang. Fire Bane. That should be a move though. Yeah, it sounds like it could be. And it's gonna go for a Leech Seed. They did set up the grassy terrain too. Did I say grassy terrain earlier? I think I did. I meant grassy terrain. So it seems like this is like a bulky set or something, as it's getting all its health back right now. Like damn, alright. You got leftovers. You got the grassy terrain. You got Leech Seed. Like, that's a lot of recovery, you know. Let me guess, it has rest or something, I bet? Like, what is that? Okay. So it's going to go for a not a very effective Grassy Glide, as it knows that's probably going to get taken out this turn. Fire Fang doesn't miss, so, you know, that's already 2 Pokemon down right off the bat, right? So things are looking very good for me right now. So in comes Garchomp. I'm like, oof. You know, if this was like Choice Scarf Earthquake, this can probably do some pretty good damage, you know what I mean? But we actually outspeed it. I'm like, okay. So we go for the Psychic Things just because we get a critical hit, unfortunately for him. But we get hit with the Rough Skin and the Rocky Helmet. And it goes for the Earthquake. So I guess that's an alright moveset, you know. So yeah, took out my Zacian. Unfortunately, it is going to get some more health from the grassy terrain. I'm like, okay, what can I send in here? You know, we got people here. Too bad I didn't bring my Ice Fang Zamazenta, otherwise I think I would have switched to him. So we're just going to go for Eternatus, as I'm pretty sure that I'm going to be able to outspeed it, if I'm not mistaken. So we decided to go for Eterna Beam just because I think we need the damage to take out this Garchomp, you know what I mean? So this poor Garchomp, dude, this is like so overkill. But you know, I had to show you guys this move, you know, just like Pit Knight said in his other video, which, you know, he did kind of inspire this video a little bit. He had like the 6 appearances, right? So yeah, there we go. Took out the Garchomp. Now this guy has a free turn to do whatever they want. I thought, whatever, it's fine. We'll take out the next Pokemon or whatever, probably. So in comes the Dragonite. It's gonna go for a Dragon Dance, which I'm like oof. It's called also Dragon Knight. Never heard that one before. So this is gonna be their Dynamax Pokemon. I'm like, okay, that's fine. For sure. What's it gonna do to me? What item does it have? I'm scared. I'm not that scared, but it's fine. We actually outspeeded though, and Eterna Beam wasn't enough to take out the Dragonite. Now it's gonna get a weakness policy, we see. So I'm like, oh, this thing is gonna be very strong now, and it's gonna take me out with the max Airstream. And I'm like, okay. I really thought I could have maybe lived that, so I guess it's trying to pretty much outspeed any of my other Pokemon. So that's fine. I'm like, okay. This is a very strong Dragonite. Things are looking pretty bad. Like a lot of my other guys probably would get taken out if it has Earthquake as well, which I was definitely scared of. Or like a Max Flare even could have been very good. So we're sending in our Zamazenta just because I think Zamazenta could live basically any physical attack because of the defense rise. This is my max attack, max defense, I'm pretty sure. So yeah, we do live the Whirlwind. I guess it didn't have anything super effective, which I'm very lucky about. We go for the Behemoth Bash, and I'm pretty sure it's going to take it out. Boom! Straight into Dragonite's stomach. So yeah, it was enough to take it out, fortunately, and we make the Dragonite explode. Very lucky. And now they send in the Urshifu, which is called Jiren. I'm like, what is this? A freaking Dragon Ball movie team? So we actually outspeeded though. We went for a close combat. I'm like, I for sure thought that Urshifu was faster, but yeah, they actually get KO'd in one salt, and they actually quit after that, which is kind of funny. And yeah, that's the battle. It's a pretty OP team. I hope you guys have a great day, and thanks for watching. Peace.